Hello, it is time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Hey, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming. It is Friday night. We appreciate y'all. I am Brent Culp. I like to abbreviate BC for short. It's been coined, and I like it. This is David McNiner. He likes that as well. McNiner's great. If you know about him, go check his channel out. If you haven't subscribed, David's a great guy. We got Kenny down below, 49er Culp. He has a wonderful channel, so please check him out. Each one of us do a little different, and we have a different aspect. But when we come together on Friday night, this is our talk show. This is our Friday night show. So if you don't have something, it's okay. Turn up the television, run with your phone. Hopefully you're safe. Go grab you something to drink. Not sponsored, but just drive to, enjoy the show. So, folks, it's been happening all over. I'm one of those guys that kind of like to root for the underdog, and I'm not saying it's all bad or anything like that, but sometimes when I start rooting for the guy, like I don't know, like Darkwing Duck, right? Or I start rooting for the guy, maybe, again, underdog, So I got my Warrior shirt on. I know it's not a basketball show, but I want to show the support, right? And I want to also tell you guys what was happening the other night. The Oakland A's. Shout out to the fans, right? The fans did it's an opposite of a boycott. They did, instead of going to the game, they had the game in the parking lot. So they did not attend home opening, and it was empty seats all over. And what they're trying to do is tell the owner to either sell or stay in Oakland, because that's where they're at right now. Everything that's happening in Las Vegas, I hope they just stay, because you know what, the Oakland A's is it's an awesome thing to have, the Giants in one side and the A's on the other side. It was cool when the Raiders were there. The Raiders have jumped around a little bit, but we've had the A's there for a long time. And David, let me get your thoughts. Where were you at, or how do you remember what the 89 earthquake?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember where you were at when it happened?
I was in school, and as we were going, there was like breaking news that, folks, back when I was in school, there were tube TVs up in the classroom. Okay, but they popped the TV on. The teacher turned it up, and it was showing a lot of the devastation and destruction around the Bay Area, right? And the main focus on what the news was showing was the concrete bridge that was collapsed on itself. They were showing, that was
the double decker.
Yeah.
Kenny, you remember where you were at? You remember what was going on in your neck of the woods when that happened?
Yeah, I was in Baltimore. I was watching the series. About it.
My parents.
It was wild, since it was on TV. I guess it was easier to swallow, right? Because we're watching TV already, and that's kind of fake. So it was like, this is kind of weird. Before it was scary,
So my parents, I was in Ohio. I was like 3 years old, I was pretty young, about maybe 2 years old, and I remember vaguely, like maybe early memories, but I can't tell you really what was happening. I know I was in Dayton, Ohio. My parents were watching the World Series live, because my dad's from Indiana, but he had come out here for his last year in high school, and went to Fremont. So Oakland A's, the Oakland Raiders. My dad was, kind of an Oakland fan, and then coming back to Indiana, even though I like the Giants, it's really my grandmother. And my dad, he's watching the A's and the Giants, the Battle of the Bay, and wow, it really was. It's really weird when we get two teams like that together, that some kind of magnet, like something wild, the world really shook that day, so.
Pretty incredible. Both teams from the same area, in the same place, wrong time.
Yeah.
What?
That's so. Guys, I gotta ask you, where do pirates buy hooks?
I don't know.
David, do you know where pirates buy hooks at?
Nope.
A secondhand store.
Pretty good.
So we're gonna go around table. If you guys got a couple jokes, throw them out there. If you guys got a cool topic, let's talk. Anybody in the chat that's here, we see you all. We appreciate you. Don Dotson, Steve-O, Damian Lee, Tony, we all appreciate you all very much. Daniel Berry Sports, the real one, we appreciate you. And we got Bebop, thank you. So in a little while, folks, we have a special guest coming on, so please stick with us. And also, this is not going to necessarily be like this is not a kid show tonight. So, folks, I'm going to keep it clean. But, here's my next question, because I'm going to do two. And then we're going to give everybody a chance when they want to jump in. What did the elephant ask the naked man?
No clue.
All right. How do you breathe out of that thing?
Yeah, it's not a good placement for a trunk.
No. But if you guys got jokes, throw them out there in the chat. We'll try to run through them. We're going to keep it popping. So, David, what's going on in your neck of the woods? We got snow over there?
Just yesterday it snowed in the mountains, but not the valleys. That's the kind of the reason why we live in the valleys, But here it is, it's April and it's still not done. It's like, and it's kind of like every time I take the Camaro out, it's a nice day. Oh, I'm going to work. I'll drive the Camaro, so I drive the Camaro. And then, I get out of there, I get here, and then all of a sudden it's like snowing that night. I'm going, is it a curse? I'm wondering what happens during the summertime if I try driving the Camaro. Is it just going to pop up a snowstorm? Right? It's like,
So what's your thoughts on the Camaro and the Firebird? Are they the same car, or are they totally different beasts? What's your thoughts?
Now, when they first came out in '67, they were kind of the same car. They had the same back section and frame, but the doors, the hood, the fenders, the front, the lights, the interior, the engines were actually different because Chevy wasn't making Pontiac motors at that point. They didn't, GM didn't do that yet. And so they were actually different cars back then, all the way up to around 77 is when GM decided to stop making Pontiac motors. It could have been 76 and start making Chevrolet and just put Chevrolet motors and everything. But then Buick, Oldsmobile, they all had their own line of motors. So, and the Oldsmobiles weren't necessarily that popular. So like a lot of people don't know this. Those late 70s Firebirds,
yeah.
If you find one that has a original Pontiac motor in it, that's actually a rare car. Most of them have the Olds or the Buick 455, or that some of them even have this, Chevy 305 in it. But, the TA, the Trans Am, those cars all had Pontiac motors in them because at that point, GM was running low on Pontiac motors. Shout out to Smokey and the Bandit because they're the reason why.
So, Kenny, what's your thoughts? Are you a Camaro guy? You a Firebird guy? What's your thoughts on the two? They're almost sister cars, aren't they?
Yeah. I was in a band senior year with my friends, and one of the drummer got his dad's Camaro. So he first day he could drive, we all went with him, right? But he's kind of like a goofball and not really someone you want to get in a car with. But we did it because we were young and dumb and full of fun. And we went, and he hit a car as soon as he tried to merge onto a freeway. He went across on top of a highway, over one of those little bridges that go over a highway, on the wrong side, on the left side where cars were coming towards us. Luckily, there were no cars there. And that was pretty much it that day. But we showed up like rock stars in an IROC, so we were good.
We
made it. And then I never got in a car. I never got in a car with that guy again. Never.
Dude, I had a friend like that, Keith, and he turned on off ramp, and me being the guy I am, we had a car full of kids. Well, we were all kids, but car full, and I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, "You trying to kill us?" He's like, "Oh, go!" Like quickly turn around,
I mean, he was the drummer.
What are you doing? They all started panicking after I said, "You trying to kill us?"
Drummers are not known for being like the smartest guy in the band usually. And this was no different. He was not a smart man. He was kind of like, he reminded me of Forrest Gump with really high blonde hair.
So I'm a Pontiac guy. I like the Firebird. When I was born, my dad had an orange Volkswagen Beetle. The neighbor next door had a Pontiac Firebird in the grass. The car started to age a little bit. This is an '86. The car was a '69 Firebird Trans Am. It was one of 8 that was painted gold, but because of the weather and stuff, there was no gold on it anymore. It was all primered out. So my dad ended up trading the car because my dad was going to go get me from the hospital, but I don't know, for whatever reason, he wasn't taking the bug. So I don't know what was going on at the bug. I think the bug needed an alternator. So he traded the car and like $200 to the man next door, got the Pontiac Firebird. I came home in a Firebird when I was a baby boy. So I like the Trans Am Firebird. My dad's car it had a 428 motor in it. It was one of 8 painted gold with black vinyl top. Really cool. But I had seen a couple years ago that they had made a body kit for the new Camaro. And you can take the front end off and you can take the rear end off and you can make it look like a Pontiac Firebird. And I just thought that was just such a cool, because everything's the same basically, from the fender to the rear fender. It's all the same right there, except for a couple things. But
did the Pontiac have the T-top, or did they both have a T-top? Remember, like the top of the car used to come out where the windows were, but the middle piece would stay there. It was called a T-top. I didn't know if both cars did that or if it was just the Pontiac, but I'm pretty sure the Pontiac definitely had a T-top.
I believe the Pontiac did. I think that was like Smokey and the Bandit years, 77, 78, around that time.
With the Firebird on the hood.
Yeah.
And the real clean, low to the ground, like a bullet. That car was like a sharp bullet.
Yeah. Steve-O, he's out there. He's got his Z28.
He's got the Camaro.
Yeah. That's cool. The Z28, the IROC.
The IROC Z28.
The RS, the Rally Sport. Super cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, why does the mermaid wear seashells?
No clue.
Oh.
She outgrew her bee shells.
Okay. Now this is not a clean show, right? We made it to parental guidance as suggested this evening.
Oh, most definitely. It is not a good show. So
okay, here I got one for you guys. You want to hear one?
I want to hear one.
How do farmers find sheep when they're lost in tall grass? Any idea?
They mow it down. I don't know.
Irresistible.
All right.
How do farmers find sheep when they're lost in tall grass? They find them irresistible. Let's go. First one. Here's another one, and we're going to keep it because this is clean. If this isn't clean, you guys let me know early. I need to know where the line is. What does a gay horse eat? Or a same-sex horse eat? You ready? Hey. I'm sorry. That was so in the chat, let us know where the line is so we can tow it.
So what is 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and makes everyone go crazy? $100 bill.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
You took us down a dirty street, but we ended up in a clean area.
Gotta love the dad jokes. They could go south, they could go north.
Why is it so cheap to throw a party at a haunted house?
Why?
Because the ghosts bring all the booze.
That is a good one. All right, here's one. Ready? Why did they get rid of all the free Wi-Fi at the farm? Anyone have any idea? Chat, any idea? Why did they get rid of the free Wi-Fi at the farm? A lot of my jokes are going to be about the farm, so just try and bear with me. Well, the cows were downloading too much music.
Okay. All right.
Next.
All right. Okay. This one's all right. So, what did the elephant say to the naked man?
Oh, well, you did this one, didn't you?
No, this is a little different.
I don't know.
What did the elephant say to the naked man? It's cute, but can it pick up peanuts?
Hey, some can. Are the children out of the room?
Most definitely.
Are the
If
children
not,
out of the
they're
room?
being disturbed by their parents. And
There's a lot of elephant trunk jokes.
Well, elephants never forget, right?
Oh, here, I got one about race, but it's not racist. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ready.
I want the chat. Brace yourselves. What do you call the Jetsons if they were black? What do you call the Jetsons if they were black? Let's be adults.
Ooh, don't kill me, YouTube. The raisins.
Oh boy. What is it?
The raisins.
That's super racist, but I think it's funny. No, I'm just kidding. It's just the Jetsons, Bryant.
Oh my God.
They're just the Jetsons, man.
Oh jeez.
All right. My bad. What kind of sneakers do chickens wear? The Jeffersons is good, Steve-O. That's not bad. That could have been right. That actually could have been right. If there was a right answer, I think Steve-O got it. The Jeffersons.
Oh boy.
Spot on. Okay, so what sneakers do chickens wear? I know you guys can get this one on your own. Think about it.
Crocs.
Pretty close. David, you got anything or no?
Mm-mm.
Ready? Reebok. Bok, 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 bok. All right. Hey, so
How do
what
you
do you
make
guys
an
think?
egg roll?
What's that?
How do you make an egg roll?
No
You
idea.
push it.
Very nice. If we had a judge, David would be getting the most points for classic dad joke, the best dad jokes in general. Best jokes for sure.
Hey, I was a softball coach. I mean, you kind of have to keep it clean,
Yeah. And you got to mess with the kids.
Yeah.
So you got to be sharp.
Definitely do.
You got to be sharp.
Oh boy, man, it's just great. It's a great day. You know, if anybody got a kick out of that, appreciate it. We'll bring more jokes here in the future as well. Try to upgrade this segment of the show. But yeah.
We might get canceled. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. that that could happen, folks. But if everybody's got a good joke or anybody's got a, throw it in the comments. We'll bring it up
in the comments, and we'll put it up here if it's pretty funny.
We appreciate it. And we got here we go. Darwin's here. What's up, Raven? All right, Levi. So, all right, guys, without further ado, we have one of the magnificent, one of the lovely, one of the greats. She is fantastic. She is Miss Gina. Gina's coming on, folks. If you do not know, I don't know where you've been. This is Gina. This is her banner. This is her place you can find her. And I am giving it a second because I want you guys to know this is where you can find Miss Gina. She's got a great channel, and I'm bringing her on right now. Hey, Gina. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you're feeling a little bit. We've missed Gina, and we're glad you're back.
Thanks for having
Gina,
me.
You know David? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
David.
Hi,
I don't think you've met Kenny. Here's Kenny.
I don't think so.
And
no, never.
Out by,
Nice to meet you, Gina.
Nice to meet you.
Kenny. So Kenny's a great guy. He started a channel. He's doing shorts and he's starting to put more and more out there. But later on in the future, you might see me and him and David and him just mixing it up. We'll go from there. He's going to also branch out a little bit more and do other stuff that's not just football. So if you've ever seen like the cult versus cult thing, it's a little bit more of that conspiracy theory stuff. But tonight, I wanted to, again, thank you for coming on.
Hi, Tony.
Hi,
Don.
You bring that energy, you really do. And I know it's been a little bit of time since we've had you on, but let's start out. I'm a Virgo. I'm a lover, not a fighter. And I don't know your horoscope. So would you like to tell us, the people here, what your horoscope?
That's cool.
So I'm like on the cusp, I guess, if you want to say, or the cusp. Sometimes they say 20th. Sometimes they say the 23rd, 24th. So I'm a 24 guy. So I am wearing my Warriors shirt tonight, but I am a big Kobe Bryant fan. But we're not here to talk about me, even though his birthday's 8/23, mine's 8/24. But we want to talk about you a little bit. So mine's 24th. How far are you off? And what's your birthday, Gina?
My birthday is September 7th. I'm not wearing my Warriors tonight, but yeah, I am Warriors fan. Go Warriors. And Niners, of course, always. You see my background?
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about your channel, and then I'm going to give the guys here a chance to ask you some questions. But if the people here, basically everybody should know, if you're not subscribed, please go and subscribe. Check her out. She's on Twitter. She's everywhere. And I also know you do a little bit more than just on YouTube. So if you want to, I think, if I'm correct, there's something about TMZ, I think, or something like that you do.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know if you say own the channel, whatever. I don't really like get paid for it, but I have a channel on YouTube called Sports Laugh and Chill. And me and 5 other guys, we have an amazing podcast called Sports Laugh and Chill. And it's just so much fun. We talk sports, we laugh like nobody's business, and we chill, which means like we kind of throw in these random topics. Sometimes we just go off topic. Like Wednesday night, we were talking about P. Diddy and all the stuff that's going on with him. Cause just stuff happens, like things happen, and, we just want to talk about, hot stuff that's going on. But we also talk all sports. Like we're not just 49ers fans.
I'm sorry, Steve-O. I know Steve-O's having fun. Gina,
what's up, Steve-O?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta take a minute, to recover, and that's why we got Gina back. So go ahead, Gina.
Yeah. That's okay. I love Stu-O. But yeah, we just talk all kinds of stuff. We have different, fans of different teams, Rams, Falcons, Philly, so it gets pretty wild, and we encourage everyone to join in the chat, as so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and
you definitely bring a lot of energy to your show, and
yeah,
I mean, it's fun when people are watching your show. I mean, at least for me and Tony, we smile, we have fun, we like listening to Rod Callie and your other guys, and you guys have a cool little flair about yourselves. I'm gonna throw it to David. David, I know you haven't got to say anything to Gina, so I would like, I asked her about her birthday, and she's a Virgo, so that's something me and her definitely have in common. Shout out to the lovers out there and not the fighters. David.
So, like, how long have you been a Niner fan, or what era? Like, what made you a Niner fan?
Yeah, I've been a Niner fan since the first Super Bowl. 81, my parents were at the Catch. My brother and I were at the at their bowling friend's apartment watching it. And I distinctly remember the Catch happening and jumping up and everything. And I was at the parade. I didn't have a good time though, because I was being squished by people. And I always talk about that. My mom also recently told me I was at another parade, which I have no memory of. But she said, yeah, I took you to the other one. And I was like, what other one? I don't remember which one, but you were at another one. So apparently I was at another one. So that's a cool fun fact I just learned. But yeah, I've been a Niner fan since day one, since Super Bowl 16. But yeah, yeah.
Kenny,
Nice.
bro.
This one's a little off, but what's an insult you've received that you're proud of?
As a fan?
Just in general, in life.
General? Oh, dude, that's a really good question. An insult. Probably, probably just being short. I'm 4'11", and I've heard all the jokes, Smurf and midget and, everything. And before it used to really bother me. And now I'm just like, yeah, so, or, the Napoleon thing and, you're real feisty. Yes, I am. And what of it?
I'm the last of my kind. Yes. But, you know what I mean? Like, just go with it.
Yeah. Good things come in small packages.
That's what comedians do. Comedians are like, listen, you're not going to say anything I haven't said to myself in the mirror like before. Like, I've heard it all. Like,
right. Exactly.
Give me a new one, maybe. Like, that would be
right. I even brag that I have a Napoleon complex. People are like, wait a minute, with your energy, you don't seem like a short person. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I'm big and tough, but really, I look really, really like this cute little girl on the outside.
You're like kick-ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you're repping the Bay. Are you actually from San Francisco or Oakland, right there?
I am born and raised in San Francisco, multi-generational. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. David, were you done? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good,
Okay.
Kitty.
Have you ever lived anywhere else, Gina?
Just around the Bay Area, like the Peninsula, Daly City, Pacifica.
Nice.
South. I live in South San Francisco right now. I lived in Berkeley for a couple of years when I was, like 25.
And that's over the bridge and above Oakland, right?
Right. Yeah. And then when I was a baby, my father was stationed. He was in the Army. He was stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana. So I lived there for some months.
How old were you?
4 months old.
Oh, okay.
So I have no recollection.
Cajun, like slang in you when you were little that you heard?
No slang, no
so
twang.
You never been back to New Orleans to go party, Mardi Gras?
No, I would love to. I have been to Nashville. One of my brothers lives there. I visited last summer, and I really liked it.
It's cool nightlife, right?
It's really well. We didn't really go in the nightlife down there because he has like 3 kids, so we just
Okay.
kind of like drove by and stuff. But
Yeah.
they said, "Promise next time we'll take you down there," and I was like, "Okay,
Yeah,
the
it's
honky tonk
cool.
bars."
Definitely a
So
cool scene.
yeah, I want to see the honky tonk bars more. Like,
Where
in
would
the
you like to
nightlife.
go if you had, plane ticket, blank check tonight? Where would you go? You have to be back have to be back by 2 days from now. You got to come right back.
So probably bucket list is Paris because I've already been to Italy. I did the whole country of Italy when I'm divorced now, but we did Italy for our honeymoon and we went up and down the whole country. So
Yeah. I've
that
been
was
to Pisa,
great.
to Rome, and to Venice. And
Nice.
they were
Yeah.
really cool. I really liked Italy.
Yeah.
The only place I
Beautiful
liked more
country.
than Italy was I liked Germany. Have you ever been
Ooh,
there or near there?
that's also on my bucket list. I have a friend who lives in Germany, so he wants me to come out and visit.
I would go. If I were
Yeah,
you.
definitely. Yeah. I definitely want to go.
All right. So
For
Gina,
sure.
if we were going, say you and Tony come over and you're like, hey, let's go get something to eat. Where are you recommending us go? Are we going somewhere in like the Mission District? Are we going to the Pier 39 area? Where are we going? Are we going into like not a hole in the wall, but like one of those, like
A
hey,
dive?
you gotta kind of be somebody like a resident to know it, right?
Yeah,
Where
I mean,
are
if
we
you
going
want
with your chicken?
if you want a burrito, because certain places have different things. Like, so for me, burrito is El Farolito on 24th and Mission Street, accessible by BART, right? I don't go there for their tacos or their, they have a good quesadilla. But I go there for their burritos and it's under $10, which is really hard to find in San Francisco. So I would get that there. If you want like flautas or something, actually I like the hole in the wall right down the street, El Taco Loco, because I used to live right down the street on South Van Ness and 24th. If you want, like it depends on what your palate is calling for, so if you want something like there's also good flautas at Puerto Alegre on Valencia and 17th. They also have the best margaritas, which I don't drink anymore, but I've been there for margaritas. They have really good margaritas there. Very good food. So yeah, it really depends. I mean, I'm very familiar with all the, Latin cuisine and stuff like that. But there's like little, sushi and stuff like that. I'd really have to think because it's been a minute since I've had sushi. I'm starting to know other places here. Like there's Thai out here now because now that I'm out here, I'm like, shit, now I got to find places out here, But I like there's this Thai place that I used to always go to on 24th Street. You always find your neighborhood places. Chili Cha Cha, that's a really good Thai place. And a lot of people order from there. And then if you want Italian, I mean, this place like must still be run by the mafia because no one's in there, but it's still open. It's been open for like 50 years, and it's named after an opera. And that's the place I would go to.
There's just one old guy in like a white suit by himself in the back.
Yeah,
like a big plate of spaghetti.
Exactly. And the bread is piping hot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
there's a place in, and I think it was if I'm correct, he went to La Taqueria La Cumbre, and I found out about this place. It's in the Mission District, and my aunt and uncle used to live on Treasure Island, and we went there. And at that time, it was a giant size burrito, and of course, I'm young, so everything looks bigger, right? But my parents, it was like last time we went, it was around $10 a burrito, but it was huge. And yeah, so like I wanted to ask because like I like food, I love food. So a lot of places in the Bay Area have great food, and you just nail out a couple of them. So another thing I like to talk about, we got other people in the community that love pizza. So if we're going to go get a slice of pizza or a pizza pie or oh man, have you ever had a pizza pie? It's a real thing. It really is incredible. But
pizza
if we're going
pie.
somewhere, yeah, it's amazing. It's total. It's almost like a double stuffed pizza, like a Chicago style pizza, but it's really it's a pie. It's a pizza pie. It's really neat. So if we're going to your favorite pizza place in the Bay Area, okay, where are we going?
You know, a
There's a
lot
bunch.
of the places that I liked have all like disappeared. There is one that I've only been there once in North Beach. Is it Tony's or I can't remember. I've only eaten there once. But I do like little places like Golden Boy, you know, because they got this really good veggie pizza slice that I like. I used to go after the bar, you know, hitting the bar and like you need, you know, that grease, you know, like you to feed that alcohol. Of course I don't drink anymore, so I don't really need that. I don't go bar hopping, but you know, I used to always order from the Front Room Pizza on 9th and Irving. They call it, you know, it was like they changed it to Sabelle's Pizza, but it's God, it's really hard. Viva Italiano in Pacifica has a really good pizza right by the beach.
All right. Well, that is going on my bucket list. I am going there. Hopefully, one day we can meet there. Me and Tony and you can meet there, and you know, have a pizza.
Be great.
I like North Beach. I think that's awesome. You said that because in San Francisco near Golden Gate Park there is a pizza place called North Beach. It's right there on the corner. That's my place to go to. My go-to pizza shop in San Francisco. It's right there on Hayden Ashbury. It's really cool. So a lot of fun things to go and play around there at. My sister's been in the hospital all the time, so right there where the UCSF is, it's really easy to walk there and get something to eat, you know, so it's a lot of fun. But
I'm sorry to hear that about your sister.
No, she's doing great. She's
okay.
She's doing great. It's just one of those things. It's sometimes people are just born differently, and not to make it about her, but she has half a heart, 2 chambers. Her organs are flipped. It's opposite. She is one of 88 children born like this. That was out of girls. There's like so many boys that was born like this, but she's a survivor. They've done all kinds of different things with her to, you know, there's a huge medical book about her, and it's awesome because the things that they did with her when she was younger, we found out 6 days after she was born that we were probably going to lose her, and they took her to San Francisco. And you know, hey, if you ever have to go somewhere and you have anything wrong with your heart or a family member, you send them to San Francisco, to UCSF, or you send them to Boston. That's where the hearts are at. So this would be my next question. And for everybody in the chat and stuff, we're going to try to do something cool. We want to get together as a community and, you know, kind of raise a fundraiser. So we are going to be having some ideas thrown out there, and keep your eyes out and your ears open because, yeah, we're going to have the notifications coming. So if you guys want to do that, we're going to get together. We're going to try to raise something for, you know, St. Jude's or for, you know, pets or something like that. Something cool, right?
Cool.
So, because it's only a couple of dollars, and sometimes, you know, like you just said, you're not drinking. I'm not drinking anymore. I feel amazing. And you know what? If that $6, you know, I went for or $10 for my 6-pack, if I can put it to good and I feel good about it afterwards. You know, don't have to donate all the time. You don't have to feel obligated, but sometimes instead of maybe buying that lottery ticket, maybe throw a couple dollars towards St. Jude's or something.
Yeah.
So I really do appreciate you, Gina, for coming. I'm going to give it to David. He's probably got another good question for you, and Kenny, and I want to be mindful of your time. Love to have you on as long as you want to be here, and we'll keep going. But yeah,
thanks.
This is our Friday night. We want to bring different people on, amazing guests like you and others.
Thank you.
Anybody in the chat wants to, you know, contact us, we'll bring you on as well. We'd like to ask a couple questions and get a little bit more, you know, like, hey, laugh, you know, chill a little bit, and you know, again, learn a little bit more about. Maybe a little bit more about, you know, just individuals, right? So, David, I'm going to hand it to you, buddy.
If you could have coffee with a historical figure, who would it be?
Oh. Harriet Tubman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's actually very interesting. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
First thing I'd buy is a house. A house for me, my mom, my brother, and my son to all live in together. Because that's who I live with right now.
Sounds awesome.
We all live together. My dad died 2 years ago, so we all had to kind of like move in together. So, to save money, financially, it just made sense for all of us to live together. So,
families always used to live together.
yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, So, my brother and I are 2 years apart, and we're not married, so
you need the support system,
yeah,
that
yeah.
grounding, to have roots like that and to know where you come from, generations of experience, and
Right.
I'm also Italian, so
Mhm.
family, the older, the smarter, the wiser, the harder they hit. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so we respect the elders in Italian in culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing I'd buy a house, and then I'd book something. I'd go travel. I would travel. I'd take a year just to travel. I'd probably have to hire somebody to organize somebody I trust to organize my money. And I don't even know who I would trust. somebody family, I don't even know.
You could always go to
idea.
a bank. They can assign you a money manager assistant, and he can always stay with you and have that fax machine check writing laptop with him all the time. He can carry the baby. He can do all that shit.
Well, I have a credit union, so I feel safe with my credit union. I trust them so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Travel in a house.
Kenny, you got a good question for Miss Gina before we let her go?
Yeah. Gina, it was so nice to have you. We had such a good time with you. We hope you had a good time.
Thanks.
And we hope you come
Yes,
back.
definitely.
My question is, if you were reincarnated, would you want to be a boy or a girl in your new life?
Wow. That's a really interesting question, because there's pros and cons to both. I think I would come back as a woman, because I would well,
Hey, how about this? I'll give you a little twist. What if it was 1955?
okay,
Does
a
that make it
man.
a little easier?
Yes, a man, because then I would try to do things much differently without losing my masculinity, because I know that's very important in today's world.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I say people, not men, not women, but have a way of effeminating men in today's society, and roles are getting lost. That's all I'll say.
Okay. All right.
It is. I'm sorry, Kenny. Are you still going?
I had one more quick question. Have you ever witnessed something unexplainable?
I believe I have. I'm just trying to think.
Your body probably rejected it, and it's trying to make you forget.
Yeah. I know I have, because I was probably like, what the was that? I mean, if it counts where things have fallen off my dresser, or something moved, and I'm literally, there was no wind, no movement, no heater was on, no fan was on. Unexplainable. Yeah. Yes.
Awesome.
I mean, I feel it all the time. I feel like I have low key psychic abilities too. I'll be thinking of something, and then all of a sudden someone will be like, "Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you about so and so," and I'm like, Oh my God, I was just thinking of them. Like, how
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, you could totally have intuition, like really good intuition, or you could just be like a little psychic.
Yeah,
Humans
sure.
evolve. We're not done evolving, so
yeah, absolutely.
you could be the first X-Men and you don't even know.
I would love to.
Wait.
Oh wow. So okay, there you go. All right. Last
Yeah,
three
I don't know
questions.
much. I don't know much about like Marvel or anything. I've only seen one. My son is really into that, and my ex-husband, he takes him to see those movies back in the day, and I've only seen like one of them, and it was really long. And I enjoyed it though. I think it was one of those Endgame ones or something. I forget. And
yeah.
I think Thanos died.
Yeah, the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, that one.
That was a good one to see. If you're
That was really good. Yeah, that's the only one I saw. So, yeah.
Well,
Steve-O, pause.
I really Steve-O's great, folks. He is.
Love you, Steve-O.
So I got 2 more questions for you before we get out of here because you answered kind of the X-Men question.
It's a way to spoil it for me. Sorry. he probably already saw it.
He was waiting for it to come on like Fox.
The double matinee.
Yeah.
All right, so if you could buy any sports car, right? What sports car are you buying? Are you a Corvette girl? Are you a Camaro girl? Are you Firebird? Do you want a Ferrari? What is Gina driving?
Maserati.
Maserati.
Ever since Miami Vice in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like it. All right. So, Gina, thank you so much for coming. And my final question. If I come to your house and you say, grab something out of the fridge to drink, and I'm reaching for the Kool-Aid, what flavor am I grabbing?
Red.
Red. All right. All right. Everybody, I love this question, and I'm collecting data, or the Kool-Aid points, if you want to say, and I'm gonna put it all together. So afterwards, everyone that I've asked this question, we're gonna kind of put the data together, and we're gonna have something pretty cool. So, Gina, thank you so much for coming. Everybody who's in either channel, please like and subscribe. Hey, hope to see you girls and gals.
Thank
everybody.
You.
Friday, we're gonna be doing it again with another guest. Hey, you don't know, maybe Gina will be back. And with that, thank you so much, Gina, for coming.
I would love to come back. Thank you for having me. And you guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please just search Sports Laugh and Chill, and you'll see my face on the introductory little video there. So thank you. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. I definitely come back.
Awesome.
We just like to ask a couple weird questions, a couple cool questions, like maybe a bucket list question, and sometimes people, and you're great, you're always wonderful, and we really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Gina.
Thank you. Thanks, David. Thanks, Kenny, and thanks, Brian. I really appreciate you guys. I had a lot of fun.
Great.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Well, folks, we've had a lot of fun. There's always questions to be asked, sights to be seen, things that could have or was heard, and you look around and you don't know what happened. So, folks, appreciate you all for coming. Again, my name's Bryant Culp. That's David McNiner. It's Kenny 49er Culp. If you like, give us a like, subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll be back next Friday, 7 o'clock. And here in a little while, we're going to be live on David's channel. We take a little break in between, and we'll be cutting it up over there and doing something fun over there. So we appreciate y'all and hope to see you there. And with that, we're going to go, and we'll see you next Friday night.
Peace.
All right, I'm done.